remember when the world seemed black and white. The line was clear between right and wrong, good and evil, yes and no. Life seemed so simple back then. Set your goals, stick to the plan, success looked easy. But as I grew older, I began to see the world in shades of gray, and growing up has turned out to be a lot of hard work. Teen drinking is one of the most common weekend activities in my small rural community, and we are not alone. 72% of students have consumed alcohol by the end of high school, and 37% have by 8th grade. The common argument of teens is that everyone drinks and we won't be the ones to get caught. And most have the image that the only parties that get busted are loud, rowdy ones where everyone is drunk. These are false statements that I myself was guilty of believing until I got an MIP. An MIP is the minor in possession of alcohol. On New Year's Eve, my brother and I each invited some friends over, and in the midst of people arriving, some alcohol was brought in. The evening was very mild, with the time spent watching TV and sitting around the kitchen table talking. It wasn't loud or rowdy, and no one was drunk. The police arrived because of parking violations. They came in the house, and 10 of us were arrested and given MIPs. The consequences of that night seemed pretty severe. Not only were we in a lot of legal trouble, but we were also in a lot of trouble at school. The kids who got in trouble were school leaders, smart, good kids, who were active in all aspects of school life. The punishment has been very black and white. 10 organizations lost officers, A+ was taken away from students not even arrested, NHS lost 5 members, and 1 student was removed from cadet teaching. The positions I lost included SCCLA Vice President, SAG President, DECA Vice President, FCA Vice President, FBLA President, and A+ student, all because of one mistake. I am not the first kid in my school to drink, or to get an MIP, or to tell myself, if I don't get drunk, it won't matter. But like a lot of kids, I wasn't thinking of all the damage it could cause. 60% of females diagnosed with an STD got it when they were drunk. Every day, on average, 8 teenagers are killed due to drinking and driving. So in a way, we were very lucky. We were punished because of one night, and we have to rebuild our reputations, but someone could have lost their life. This has made me think a lot about the difference between character and reputation. Reputation is what others believe about you, what they see on the surface. Character is what lies deep down inside, like a cake under the icing. Michael Josephson, president and founder of the Josephson Institute and author of Character Counts, wrote, "In a world preoccupied with image, it's easy to worry too much about our reputation and too little about our character. Building a reputation is largely a public relations project. Building character requires us to focus on our values and actions. Noble words and good intentions aren't good enough." For me, the most important thing about this experience is knowing that even though I made a poor choice, I do have strong character and must now decide where to go from here. I have learned that everyone makes mistakes, whether private or public, but what counts is what you do with your mistakes. For me, it has offered an opportunity to be vocal and tell others that they would never want to go through a mess like this. The best way to prevent it is to not put yourself in a gray situation. Give yourself boundaries. How can you avoid crossing the line if you don't know where it is? When you are pleasing everyone else, it's easy to go too far. Know yourself, know your goals, and be proud of them, and keep your eye on the destination. Pick a few good friends and stick together. If you can find someone with similar goals, attitudes, and boundaries, together you can stay on the right path. At some time in my chaotic teenage life, I came to the discovery that when I surrounded myself with good people, I became a better person. Stay informed of the consequences of your actions. I believe that if everyone in the world was vocal about their story, their mistakes, and the path they took, we would all be able to learn the same lesson without the pain. Stand up for your boundaries, draw the line, and no matter what the world is telling you, stick to what you know. You are doing what you need to do. We must take control of our own actions, for it is the only thing we have complete control over. Karl Heiner said, "Life is like a black and white photograph. There's black, there's white, and there's lots of shades in between. Hold on to the black and white, because that's what protects against the gray that consumes us."